Hello, I'm Dieter for Win Some Lose More, and welcome to Why I Like, where I take you through some of the games that we own and tell you why I like them. Now, I've noticed from my last few videos that I've tended toward some of our smaller games and haven't really looked at any of our slightly bigger ones, so today I want to change that by telling you why I like Small World. Now, Small World is a game for 2 to 5 players that uses a mechanic called area control. I haven't told you about this one before, so why don't we have a look at how that works, and then I will tell you why I like it. I won't try and do every single rule, I'm just trying to give you a broad idea of how it plays. I've set the game up for 3 people, each person starting with 5 coins. We have here set up our available selection of races and powers. You see they go together. We have a stack of them here, all of these are available. We start with our tray of the different tribes, the pieces that we'll need. Here's some extra pieces that may come up during the game. Starting on the board we have our turn tracker. In a 3-player game we'll have 10 rounds, and starting on the board is 1 tribe already, the Lost Tribe. No one controls this, but we see the symbol here, that's their tribe symbol, so we put them on every space that has one of those. And we also have some mountain pieces. I'll explain how those work in a moment. So if we go around the table, each person on their first turn they will need to take their chosen first tribe, which come with a special power. And if you're unsure, again I'm not going to explain all of them, the game comes with this, the largest player aid I've ever seen. Tells you how to take a turn, but also explains all of the races, all of the powers, so if you're unsure. And so to take one of the races, you just take any of the ones available, but the top one is free. That's readily available to anybody. Every one you want after that, you need to pay. So if this first player wanted, here we've got the Hill Tritons, they would need to leave a coin on the Swamp Halflings, leave a coin on the Spirit Dwarves, and they would take the Hill Tritons. This is now their race. Once that's been done, these all move up. These Mounted Amazons come in and reveal the Merchant Giants. Now let's just use this one as an example. As you see, there is a power and a race. These go together. They'll be randomized every game, which will allow them to do different things. Hill, according to the rules, there we go, collect a bonus coin for each hill region you occupy, and the Tritons are there, conquer all coastal or regions bordering a sea or lake at 1 less Triton token than usual. Minimum of 1 is still required, so that's quite a good one. And here's how that works. Now they've taken that, they go to the tray and they find the Tritons, which are here, and they take the number of them combined on their thing. So they got 6 plus 4 is 10, so they take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of them, leaving 1 in the box, a different combination. If they'd got a power with a 5 on it, there could be a maximum of 11. And then for their turn, they lay them out wherever they like. On your first turn, you have to start from the edge of the board, and you want to take over as many different areas as possible at a cost of 2 tokens, plus however many are already there. If I wanted to take this mine location here, I take 2 and I place them on the board, but now if I want to take this one, it would cost me the 2 plus an extra 1 because there is already somebody here, so 1 to defeat them and then 2 to take it over, and this one goes back in the tray. If similar to an existing token, hills or mountains rather, take an extra 1, so it would take me 3 to take this, but the mountain stays there, it's an added defense for later. And let's take that one for 2. Now if I was paying attention I would know that I didn't play that right. This one and this one would have cost me 1 less to take over because they are bordering the sea, and that's what the Tritons do. So I still technically have 2 more. So if I want to take one of these, it would cost me the 2 plus 1, which is where this reinforcement die comes in. There are some blank sides, there's a 1, a 2 and a 3. which potentially give me some reinforcements. I roll, good, I get 3 reinforcements, which means I'm technically attacking with 5, so I did defeat this one. So I actually get 5 coins at the end of that round. Coins you use to buy your races, but they're also your points at the end of the game. So you want to keep them relatively secret so the players don't know what you've got. Now it's this person's turn to take a race, and let's say they want the Pillaging Ratmen. Excellent name. So they take their 1, 2, 3, take their Pillaging Ratmen over here. These slide up, these come in, and we take the Ratmen from the tray, and they get 13 of them. 8 plus 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13. So they get all of those, and they get to do the same process. They get to swarm the board however they like. Now the step that I haven't shown you, that I should have done with this one, but I'll do it now, is I get to redeploy. So before my turn ends, I get to take up all bar 1 on every location that I control now. And with this remaining stack, I get to redistribute them on ones I control to defend myself. Now, if I think someone's going to try and attack me from this direction, I might put, let's put 4 on here, let's put 3 on here, and then just cover myself with another 2 on there, leaving that one relatively exposed, but I don't think anybody's going to come down that far. They may come from here. So that means the person attacking me now needs to attack with 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 just to defeat me. So let's do that. This last person takes the Swamp Halflings for free because they're at the top, and they also gain the 2 coins that were on that. So Halflings, Swamp, I get a bonus coin for taking a swampland, but Halflings, there it is. You may your first conquest may be anywhere. Also place a hole in the ground in the first 2 regions you conquer to make them immune to opponents' conquests and race and special powers. So this is one of those tokens, so I get to place this somewhere first. So for instance, it's coming from here, so 2 here, 2 here, and let's place a hole in the ground there. 3 on this one, and I've got 4 left, which means I can attack this place because I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. So I defeat them. One of them gets returned to the player, and one of them gets discarded from the game. And so I have taken 4 locations, so I'd get 4 coins. Let me just, let's just redeploy. Now I don't need to leave extra ones here because this one's immune to attacks, so I'm definitely going to bolster these locations here. So that's one thing you can do. So the next round they would collect in all their excess bar 1, and they get to attack again. So they could come in and try to take any adjacent one to somewhere where they already are, or try to take on somebody else. Now they may decide, well, I've only got 5 left. It's not really worth me attacking. The other action that you can do, instead of doing exactly what we've done, swarming the board, trying to take locations, is that they can put their race into decline. As you see, nice shiny colourful side, bleak grey into decline. That means their power gets discarded because their power is no longer active. Oops, I didn't move these up. All excess go back in the tray, and now we flip all of their tokens into, again, nice shiny colourful grey bleak side. They're in decline. That was their whole go. That's all they can do. They still score the 4 points because they still control those regions, so they still get their 4 coins. But next turn they get to take a new race. So the Ratmen will most likely swarm, attack. These will attack. But then at the beginning of this person's turn they get to take a new race from any of the 6 available, again paying for it as a chord. Now that was the beginning of round 2. As I say, in a 3-player game there are 10 rounds. Once you finish the 10th round, you count up how many coins you have, how many points they're worth, and the person with the most points wins. So why do I like Small World? Well, really it's a lot of fun. It really is a lot of fun at pretty much every player count. You can even squeeze in 6 if you really want to, although you probably need one of the expansions. Area control is a mechanic that when I hear a game has it, it doesn't really excite me usually. The sound of it just goes, oh, okay, that's boring, because you're building to it over the course of the whole game, and so it's really kind of dry and strategic. But because this is round by round, you're scoring each time, it just makes it fun and exciting. You're never going to have one race out there for more than a couple, maybe 3 or 4 rounds before you put them into decline, get another one out and do it all over again. So it's quick, it's changing. The tone is brilliant because the art's a bit cartoony, but because you've got those different race tokens and the power tokens that go together, even just the names of some of the different combinations that you get are fun. So this is the Alchemist Giants, so what we got, the Mounted Tritons, the Heroic Sorcerers. Like, we will always remember the time that one of us won because the bivouacking Amazons came and just went through the board and just got loads of points towards the end. You get these fun combinations, and because there are more powers than races, even if you manage to cycle through the whole lot, you will never see the same combination again within that game. I would say for us, it's gotten to the point now where we've played it enough times that we would want one of the expansions. They've now condensed their expansions into 2 big boxes where you get loads of new races, loads of new powers, a couple of new mechanics that go with that. So that'd be really good for us, just to add even more variability. So the component quality is just really good. The coins are coins, they're whatever. But these are really clear which side is the active side, which is in decline. The names are really good, all the extra pieces, the mountains and the things work. The dice is a little strange, it's an odd mechanic, it's probably the one I like the least, but when we remember to do it, it works really well. One of the main things though that make this a great game for me is how it scales, and what I mean by that is how it works with a small number of players, medium number of players, or a large number of players. So it says it plays 2 to 5, and so for each player count, I said before, it comes with a different side of the board. So this is for 2 players, there's not that many different locations on the back of that. There's now the same size board but with more locations for 3 people. And then if you've got 4, there's an even bigger board with a few locations in, and then 5, you've guessed it, another side with loads of more locations. So they've just catered really well for all the different player counts. So it does work nearly equally as well at the 2 players we're usually playing as with the 4 or 5 that you would expect normally. The other thing, kind of components, is the insert. It's strange, before you get into gaming you don't think about the insert or what a good one would be, but this, just to let you know, is a pretty good insert. Everything clearly has its space, nothing really comes out, even though we store it on its side. As you see, most of our games are on their side. Even though we store it that way up, it still works. The fact that all the little race tokens come in this extra tray, which then sits in there, it's just really good quality, and it's just something, yes, you don't necessarily think about, but you appreciate when you've got a good one, because there are a few bad ones, or just games that come without them. It's just all the stuff in the box and you feel, oh, it's rattling around. This is a good one, it all fits together well, everything clearly has its own place. So I'll repeat the main point, why I like this game. It's a lot of fun. Those combinations of races and powers are just entertaining. Even if you don't do well at the game, you've had an entertaining time. If you do well at the game, you've still had an entertaining time. I've had a really great game where I came 4th or 5th, I think, or was 4th or 5th for most of the game. Last round suddenly got into like 2nd or 3rd, and that's exciting, that's fun, that it could change at a moment's notice. Yes, there's the occasional game where someone just runs away with it, but it's very rare that happens. Usually it's quite close, it's quite tight. Whoever gets off to a great start at the beginning usually then gets attacked and everyone else surges up towards the end. It's great fun. I don't know what else to say. I'll post another one of these in about a week or so. I'll try and talk about another game. Until then, you can follow us on Twitter at WSumElmore. You can find us on Facebook, all the usual places. Do subscribe to this channel and hit the bell icon to stay notified with the videos that we put out. Until next time, I have been Dieter for Win Some, Lose More. Goodbye.